Hello guys, today I am going to take you through a small procedure in which I am going to transfix a fifth metacarpal fracture with a fourth metacarpal. Now, a lot of times we do intramedullary wires for a fifth metacarpal fracture. Now this is a slightly oblique fracture and there is a lot of shortening. So today I am going to show you how to address these fractures with 2K wires transfixing fifth metacarpal with the fourth metacarpal in a safe way. This is the X-ray of the gentleman showing an oblique fracture of the fifth metacarpal. There is metacarpal shortening because you can see it's gone proximally. If you see the metacarpal height here, if you see the metacarpal height there, and if you see metacarpal height here, you can certainly see there is shortening of around 2 to 4 mm. Similarly, on oblique view, you can see a lot of displacement. So today, I will show you how to address this fracture using transfixation technique with K-wire. So our patient is positioned, we have angled the table, we don't use any tourniquet because we are just using 2K wires, so I don't think tourniquet is necessary. I'm going to sit on this side, C-arm is going to come from the front and my C-arm screen will be on my left hand side so that I have got access to the images. My trolley is going to be on this side. So next step will be to show you how to reduce the fracture and how to pass the K-wire. Now, if you want to reduce the fracture into an acceptable position, you don't need to do anything. If you see this, the disc of the little finger in comparison to the ring finger, this finger is just at the level of the DIP crease. On the other hand, it is slightly distal. So all you need is just gentle traction. Once you give a gentle traction, it usually brings the fracture into an acceptable position, and then we'll take some X-rays. So while in traction, we have taken view one like this and one like this, and I'll show you how it looks. Now if you look at the AP view, it looks the fracture is still, you can see the fracture line, but that's absolutely fine. All you need is to gain the length and alignment, and there should be no rotational deformity. While taking oblique, it looks perfectly reduced. So in this position, I'm happy and I just need to pass few wires. So the first thing is I'm going to pass my wire, which is distal wire. So I'm just going to, I've taken the image on the C-arm and it is just a centimeter distal to the fracture line, and then I'm going to pass the wire. And you have to angle it slightly upwards because the fourth metacarpal is slightly upwards. So I'm going to pass like this, and you go in a transverse fashion. And once you go past the fifth metacarpal, you will find the resistance going away, and then you will find another catching the other metacarpal. So what I meant was, I usually take a wire on hand because then you are able to feel the shaft. So you can, if this is your metacarpal, then take the wire and you can feel the top and you can feel the bottom. Try to be in the center. And because the metacarpals they make a dome, so the fourth metacarpal is slightly anterior. So if this is, for example, fifth metacarpal, fourth metacarpal is slightly up. So you need to angle slightly up. So I'm just slightly distal to the fracture site. I was in the bone and you could see that I was going through the bone. Then you will feel a giveaway and then you will catch the fourth metacarpal. But the key is to angle it slightly down because this is slightly more dorsal. So you just want to, if you go like this, you might miss it. So just slightly down and then pass it, and then you'll be fine. Our next wire will be from here into the base, and this should be slightly easy. So whenever I am passing the wire with my right hand, I am giving the traction. Now I have located my entry point in the proximal fragment, and I will show you where it is in the C-arm. So if you see that I am into the proximal fragment, you could be slightly proximal, but it doesn't really matter. All you want is the fracture to be nicely aligned. So again, I am going to pass my wire in the same principle, angling it slightly dorsal or slightly anterior. So I'm just passing it, and then I think I've skidded off. Let me reposition and then I'll join you back. So again, you can see I am angling it slightly upwards or dorsal, and then again I have felt it coming out, and then again I am feeling the bone. So now we have passed our two wires, both of them are parallel to each other. One of them is proximal to the fracture site, the second one is distal to the fracture site. You just need to angle slightly dorsally, and you need to have a feel that it's in the bone. Then you will feel going into the bone, and then here you will feel it coming out, and then you will going in. Because you are at a base, you are in the continuity, you might not get the same feeling of going into the bone or going out, but all the time you should have a bite that you are inside the bone. Now let me show you how it looks. So if you look at this image, this is the taken oblique. The alignment is reasonably acceptable. You don't have to be perfect. Here we have got 4 cortex. Here I was lucky enough to go into the base of the third. You don't really have to go there, but if you want, same here, we have gone into the base of the third as well. It just makes the construct slightly more solid. Now if you see the height, if you compare it with the pre-op, this height is, you have gained the height, so the knuckle will not be fat. The alignment is reasonably acceptable. All you need to do now is to cut the wire, and then we take it off at around 3 to 4 weeks. So this was a demonstration of how to fix a metacarpal fracture, the 5th metacarpal fracture, using transfixation technique with 2 K wires. Now this is a pretty straightforward procedure. The only thing is that you have to get the trajectory right, and you can treat any fracture, transverse fracture, oblique fracture or spiral fracture using this technique with excellent results. The only thing you have to be mindful, as I said before, is trajectory. The 4th metacarpal is slightly dorsal, so you have to adjust your trajectory accordingly. I hope you like this video, and you should be able to do this procedure with great ease. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, please do subscribe, and do share our channel. Thank you.